Okay, so hello, my revolutionary people. Day 57, part 2. Okay, so Madrid yesterday. We went out to Madrid yesterday, me and the Munchkins, and tested our theory. We had a theory. And because we always see people on their phones near, like, especially in the morning, like they're reporting where we are, like they're gonna get a gold star when they do it. It's super interesting. So I went out there and I tested the theory and I was right. Everyone is just waiting to get some kind of recognition from my family for reporting where I am. It's like they get a gold star or something. So that's kind of interesting. So that basically makes sense that there's going to be phone records for everything, for everyone who I've encountered in my pretty much entire life. Yeah, pretty much. I'm sure it goes back to when I don't know when it goes back to. Probably when I was 18 and I moved out on my own. Yep, it's probably records all the way back, probably even before then. But anyways, so there's records, and it'll even like go as extensive to the pool guy I had in Vegas at the last house I lived at that poisoned my pool. And then the house before that, the pool was poisoned too, so I don't remember interacting with that guy. But I know the guy at Castle Pines that did my pool, he looked at me with awe and wonder and that like greedy look, like he just wanted to consume me. It's interesting the way people look at me, I have to say. I can tell a lot about who they are and what they think of themselves. But anyways, so there's records of everything. Even probably there's everything. Everything is recorded. Everything can be linked to the wizard behind the curtain. And so that'll be interesting. But what I realized yesterday is that, okay, we're going to get deep here. This is going to be, it's a little embarrassing. It's a little personal, but shoot, is there really y'all watch me change my tampon on my Jeep cam. So is there really anything that's too personal? So, last time I got pregnant, I wanted the baby. I don't know why, but I did. It doesn't make sense at all. But I wanted the baby. And my mom talked me out of it, which was weird, right? But now it makes sense looking back on it. Yesterday I had like the voila moment, and it just like light bulbed up. Is the baby would have been more dynamic than me, because the father was dynamic, I'm dynamic, and neither one of us were able to be controlled. They had us like hooked on alcohol and drugs, because I think it was only like 29 or 30. It was something like that. And so it was quite the interesting experience. That's why my mom didn't want to have to raise that baby, because she wouldn't have been able to turn that baby either. So that's pretty interesting. That's why she wanted me to kill it. And that, I get it. Like, she doesn't want to fail twice. Failing once pretty much killed her in a weird way. So it goes back to that. And now that I think about it, he was an SS soldier that probably did not agree with everything that is going on, just like I was on the other side and did not agree with everything that is going on. And it is what it is. So I have met other people who don't buy into their birthright, and they seem to punish us quite a bit. And the fact that we even found each other is pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. It never really went anywhere though, because everybody always got in the way. So it is what it is. But it was just comforting to realize there are other people out there like me who can relate to the kind of torture that I've been through. Probably not on the same extent, but close. Close. So that was good to know I'm not alone. And it was a little painful to realize that they have manufactured my life from the very beginning, because they got him to tell me that to have an abortion, and his mom sent me a check. So there's a record of that as well. I'm sure there's phone records that connect the wizard and my mother to that as well. So that was hurtful. It broke me, but it was good. I know that sounds ridiculous, right? But it's good, because I thought he was the one who like was the last straw as far as when it came to humanity, but no, it's just more of my family again. So there might be a chance for humanity still. Probably, like, I still have to be very careful with humanity because humanity can be bought, but they have a price. And sometimes it's just staying alive. Sometimes they just want to stay alive. But it's very interesting. So I guess all I need to say is I'm sorry. Sorry that I judged you so cruelly. It is what it is, though, right? Things happen. We would have both died, probably. I would have died if I had that baby. I can't handle people being rude, or I just can't. I couldn't, like, it's hard enough for me to deal with the mistreatment that my dogs have gotten, so I can only imagine what a human baby would have done to me. I don't know. I don't know what I would have done. I probably would have negotiated with terrorists a lot, and that doesn't get you anywhere. So it is what it is. But that's what allowed me to be stolen from my family. That's what allowed A1 to steal me, is that I gave up on humans, and I just, they've always looked at me as a lottery ticket, and so I started looking at them as a paycheck. And, like, I may want to view people as something that I could care about and, like, let into my heart, but until my family's mess is, like, somewhat resolved, there's no way I'm ever going to be able to do that. Because people are always going to look at me as a lottery ticket and an opportunity to improve their quality of life. So that's a good realization, and it is what it is. I'm not quite sure how to file that away in my brain, though, or my heart, but it is what it is. So yeah. So they did break me. My family did break me. Like, I still have a heart, but I don't allow humans to access it. I used to. So it's not that my brain is dysfunctional, it's that I've built up walls. So that makes me feel good too. My brain's not dysfunctional. I might be a little antisocial, but I think it's more conditioning. And I think that's probably with everyone who's antisocial, or, like, I think it comes down to narcissists and sociopaths too. I don't know, though, because I think once you rely on the narcissistic supply and you need it, I don't know. It's hard to say where to draw the line, where the point of no return is, right? I don't know. But the people here in Santa Fe, they are not past the point of no return. It's just like in Edgewood, when my Truman Show, the socioeconomic team, this is like Team Z evil. Like, they don't really have a lot of, there's not a lot of people left on their team. There's still, like, some of the grocery store workers, like Albertsons is big on Team Evil, big time. Like, they set off a smoke bomb last night in the store that smelled like jalapenos, and jalapenos are, what is it? It's a nightshade. So anyone with autoimmune issues is going to have a reaction to that. So it's amazing that I still look so good this morning. Like, I don't look great, but my face is not so swollen. That's really nice. And that's what they want after researching all the epigenetics and all the stuff about food and just all the things I've learned while healing cancer and just my autoimmune issues and living in the death camp. They just want us to be sick so we don't think about things, so we don't question things. So eat more red meat and lay off the potatoes. No potatoes. No nightshades. Nightshades are evil. They hurt your body. No GMOs. I would like to think that vegetables are safe and fruits are safe, but I just don't think so, because even if you grow them yourself, there's like lead and stuff in the soil, and plus there's stuff in the air, and plus they can send airplanes over. Oh, that's what woke me up last night. There was an airplane going over where I was parked, and it woke me up. It might have been a helicopter, I don't remember. I was half asleep, but I woke up and it was so weird. It made me feel not good. I could feel the lead. It was interesting. It literally woke me up. And it wasn't because it was loud, it was because it made my body hurt. So that was interesting. And something that you should definitely take into account. I don't even know if, because I did real estate, so when we buy the house, we don't get the airspace. So I'm not sure how we're, like, how can you protect yourself from something like that? You can't. That's why they use it to hurt the Native Americans, because we gave them the land, but we retain the airspace. Or do we? Because I think you do own the airspace a little. I don't know. I don't know how the airspace works. I never really thought about it much until the past like week or so. So yeah. So Tony Robbins, NLP, airspace, Air Force poisoning people, cars poisoning people, the food at the grocery store being poisoned. Not necessarily by the grocery store, just by people who work for my family. This makes me feel like such a conspiracy theorist. I know, like, when did the truth become a conspiracy? Probably when they wanted people not to believe it, right? It's true. It's interesting, it's interesting. So much to say. I'm not sure where to go from here. Even if I did know, I probably wouldn't tell y'all. But I'm gonna figure it out. Please follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. Twitter's really awesome. To all the fast food workers, I appreciate you all. I hope you aren't poisoning people too much. Random thought. And let's think of a good thought of the day. Okay, so good thought of the day. Rituals. I would love for you to develop a ritual. You saw me, a health ritual for the morning. The morning seems to be like a really great time to like program yourself to do healthy things. It only takes like what, maybe 2 minutes. You saw me this morning. I took a multivitamin, I drank some black coffee, and I did some coconut oil. That will literally make me feel better all day long. So develop a ritual for the morning, even if it's something that simple. It doesn't have to be intricate, something simple. Take a multivitamin. Even if it's that simple, that will help. Okay, my revolutionary people, I love you mucho. Mwah.